Hey everybody, I'm Romy. Mark will be joining us right shortly. Before we get started, I just want to take a minute for all of you to recognize Kenzie. So if you don't know who Kenzie is the brains and the ideas and everything behind everything electronic that we're doing, and just she is brilliant with her ideas, and she's one of the big blessings that I've received because of my paycheck. And I never even considered having an assistant. That was something that never even came into my mindset. And but Kenzie has become way more than an assistant to me. I love Kenzie. She is amazing. I feel super blessed to have her in my life. And so if you see Kenzie posting in Rockstars at all, please take heed to what she's posting, because if it doesn't come from me, it's coming from her, and her ideas are probably better than mine most of the time. So so just kind of pay attention to that. So I just wanted to take a minute to recognize you, Kenzie, because I think you're awesome. And I just want to thank you for being with us.
Thanks.
So if you haven't paid attention or seen what we're doing for the month of October, what we have decided to do is to highlight our qualifying leaders and to be able to help them, not help them, that's the wrong word, to be able to, I want you guys to see who they are, and I want you guys to see that they hold a really important position on the team, because really if it wasn't for these leaders, you guys wouldn't be here. And so I love all of them. I love all of you guys too, you know that. But they have something awesome to offer. And so we are using the month of October, and we will also go into a little bit into November with the rest of the leaders for them to be able to share some of their knowledge and just them. And so that way it gives you guys a chance to really get to know more than just me. And I feel kind of tongue-tied for a minute for some reason. So anyway, that's what that is. So tonight we have Kresta. And so if you guys aren't familiar with how sometimes the enrollment process goes, so I just want to explain a little bit how Kresta became one of my qualifying leaders, because I was extremely blessed by the person that enrolled Kresta. And so Mark's joining me, sorry. Nikki Sanchez is the one that enrolled Kresta, and I hold Nikki Sanchez in the highest esteem, total respect, love her. But what happened is that Nikki has a very busy life, and so Nikki gifted Kresta to me. That doesn't mean that Nikki's not building right now. She just has other priorities, and so that is how sometimes that goes when we're building our businesses. And so sometimes people think that, you know, when you start talking about gifting of enrollments and different things like that, it becomes scary because we don't understand, or people think that, you know, they're going to lose out or whatever. Kresta stayed in the position that she was in, and Nikki gave me a gift that was it was an incredible gift, like beyond. There are no words for what she did for us, and allowed us to be able to step into an even bigger relationship with Kresta. So we are now completely blessed to have Kresta as one of our qualifying leaders. And so with that, Kresta has an amazing presentation tonight, and we're super excited to hear from her. And so I'm going to let you take it away, Kresta.
Thank you. So, holy cow, you guys. She's going to make me cry before I even get started. Thanks, Romy. But to touch a little bit on what she shared with you, I want to just let you all know that I appreciate Romy so very much. And when Nikki allowed us to work together, and we were already working together even before the gifting took place, but it allowed me and Romy to develop a little bit of a different relationship that was just such an unbelievable blessing. So, if you are someone who, is needing gifted or wanting someone to be gifted to you, don't take that responsibility lightly, because it's just an amazing blessing, and it really can help, everybody involved. I think that Nikki allowing us to work together like that it's just been a hugely mutually beneficial situation for the three of us, and then, our teams as well. So anyway, it's been awesome. So thank you. And if it weren't for Romy, we wouldn't be here at all. So thank you guys for everything that you do. So Romy and all of her qualifying leaders, we all meet every Monday morning, and we sort of strategize, we brainstorm, and earlier this month, actually it might have even been the last of last month, we all got together and we decided to make our crazy goals, declarations, and all of this stuff. It was right after we'd gotten back from convention. And so, if you haven't been to convention, I highly, highly, highly recommend it, especially if you are building this business, because the energy and the power and the excitement that you receive from the people that are there and the owners and the message that you receive is just not comparable to anything else in this world. I know many of you are able to attend post-convention events now, and please do so if you can. Because those are amazing too. Probably not to the level that you get at convention, but still super, super great. So please look up, have your leaders reach out to you and share whether there's one in your area or not. But anyway, my goal was to reach the rank of diamond by my birthday, January 23rd next year, 2017. So I have been in the process of mapping out exactly how I'm going to do that. And so I put together a presentation for you all. So I'm going to share my screen and let you guys all see it. So give me just a second. Move my face out of the way. All right. Can you guys all see that?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so how to achieve diamond by January. So I'm going to kind of borrow some of the words that my sister teams are sharing a little bit, and hopefully you guys can forgive me for borrowing your words. But Karina posted in Rockstars recently about having a dream that was so big that you knew God had to step in to help you achieve it. That resonated with me hugely, because for me, that's what this dream is. And so without him, I don't think that we can really do anything. And so I put this quote on here that said, God would not have put a dream in your heart if he hadn't already given you everything you need to fulfill it. So part of what we're going to talk about tonight is owning that, understanding it, and just moving forward with it. Use him to bring forth that which you need to achieve your dreams. You can just, everything you need is just right there. So with that, let's get started. Step one is the first thing to do is just decide to say yes. Your choices are hugely powerful. And what's the worst that can happen? If you don't do this, what's going to happen? If you do it, what's going to happen? So let's take a minute and let's do an exercise. And if you want to unmute yourselves for a second, each one of you are welcome to chime in if you would like. But let's talk about, everybody name out one thing that you're terrified of if you reach out to someone on your chicken list or on your 100 list. Anybody want to go first?
They'll call me stupid.
Good one. That's a good one. Anybody else?
It'll affect our friendship or relationship.
Okay, that's a good one. One more?
Joyce said they'd stop being her friend.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one. Okay, so all of those things can be really, really scary, right? But I mean, let's think about it. What if you, and we'll go into it a little more in some more detail here in a second, but what if you were to reach out to somebody who desperately needed what you have and had no idea that you could do it, that you could offer it? You know, what if you reached out with a giving, loving, caring heart to share something with someone, and without it, they could just be in, you know, just dire circumstances that you know, that they just didn't know how to get out of. So think about some of the very worst things that could happen, and then understand that the likelihood of that happening are actually probably pretty slim. So just decide to say yes, okay? The next one is to be fearless. So if you didn't hear the call last week with Joni, please, please, please go find it, because it was absolutely out of this world. The next one is no excuses. So how often do you guys call on someone, or, you know, talk to someone, and they'll be like, oh, I totally want to do this, but I don't, you know, I've got this and this and this and this and this going on. I mean, that's probably something for me that comes daily, probably. I don't like the excuse way of doing things, because I feel like every single one of us has a list as long as our arms of things that we have to do on a daily basis. When I started building doTERRA 4 years ago, I owned a medical transcription company, and at the time had, I think, 25 employees working for me. I was also homeschooling my 3 children, and all 3 of which were playing softball during the summers. So to say that life was a little bit busy was an understatement. The reality is that we don't all build this the same way. So if it's something that you truly feel in your heart is where you're supposed to be, then there's absolutely a way to do this. And it might not look like everybody else, but there's absolutely a way. So the next one is be confident. And I put in here WWRD, which stands for what would Romy do? So I know that you guys don't all have an opportunity to hang with Romy and just sort of live in her world for, you know, a regular sort of a thing, but I have been blessed to be able to do that every once in a while. And there have been a number of times where we've gone out to dinner and the waiter will be waiting on us, and, you know, she'll just get the calling in her heart where she just has to talk to this person. And I cannot tell you how many times I've like looked at her and thought, oh my goodness, like, holy crap, what did you just do? But we'll literally be sitting at the table, and the waiter will come over. Sorry, can you guys hear that? Anyways, so they'll come over and be waiting on us, and she'll just be like, you know, you're really good at this. Something, compliment them in some way, and then hand them her card. And so carrying on a conversation, she might give them a sample, she might do something, but there's just absolutely no fear. There's just, you know, she doesn't own the outcome. She's very, very confident in what she's doing. She's just sharing from her heart for just a little moment. And so if we could just do that, just don't think about what might happen. Think about what you're doing in that exact moment. So the call we were on this morning with the mastermind group was perfect. Like, it was so amazing where Stephanie was talking about, you know, pay attention to the action and not the outcome. And it was just really, really great. So the next thing is to be flexible. So how many times have you created a plan? you've started to execute the plan, and then all of a sudden somebody throws a monkey wrench into the system and nothing else is going to be able to work out because something is all just wrecked. So the thing is with building this business and in just being an entrepreneur in general is that we have to somewhat learn how to roll with the punches. We have to figure out how to kind of do things on the fly. And so for some people, that's very uncomfortable. It forces you clear out of your comfort zone. If you don't like change, then this might be something that's really, really tricky for you. So one of the things that you just got to figure out is that there's more than one way to skin a cat, right? You've heard that saying before. And I wanted to put this little graphic on here, but here's your plan, right? It's just a straight line to the finish line. And we kind of think about it in our head that it's just going to work out just this beautiful, smooth way. But in reality, we end up with bumps and turns and twists and all kinds of crazy things that kind of get in the way. And so at the end of the day, we just have to learn how to be resourceful. We have to learn how to understand that it's not always going to go exactly like we thought, but we also need to understand that, if we're really driven to do this, that we're absolutely going to be able to find a way. So the next one is you are a network marketing professional. Own it. So I cannot tell you how many times I hear, oh, well, I'm not a salesman. I couldn't do what you do. I'm not a salesman. So let's just go through a couple of definitions here, okay? First of all, this is a relationship business, right? So a relationship is the way in which two or more people, groups, countries, etc., talk to, behave toward, and deal with each other. Okay, so we are in relationships with people all day long, every day, whether we are doing this business or not. The next one is networking. That is the exchange of information or services among individuals, groups, or institutions specifically. The cultivation of productive relationships for employment or business. Okay, so we're constantly networking. So I've got a story that I want to share with you after we get through these, but think about this, okay? The last one is marketing, okay? The activities that are involved in making people aware of a company's products, making sure that the products are available to be bought, etc. All right, so with those three definitions in mind, let's think about when you met your spouse for the very first time, okay? You were obviously interested in developing a relationship with this person. You were behaving in such a way that you wanted them to want to see you again, right? You were doing things and going on dates and having dinner and just behaving in a way that led to eventually your marriage or something to that nature. So in the grand scheme of things, with these definitions in mind, you were selling yourself to your spouse for the purpose of them wanting to continue their life with you, right? So that is essentially what we do in building this business. We are building a relationship with individuals. We are sharing a product with them that they have an opportunity to purchase. We are networking with other individuals, other leaders, other business people. It doesn't even matter, not necessarily for the purpose of doing doTERRA with us, but just for the purpose of networking. You never ever know when those relationships might serve you at a later time. So own that. You guys can totally do that. Okay, the next one is to be intentional. Own your clarity. So if you're kind of fumbling through life, you're not really sure what you're supposed to be doing, you kind of have an idea of where you should be, but you're not really sure. Like, how many of you feel like this might sound a little bit familiar? I know that I have struggled with this a lot, especially in the last year. Because I am doing my health coaching, I'm doing doTERRA, and I'm trying to incorporate everything all together into one tiny little package, and it can sometimes be confusing as to which direction you're supposed to go. So what I have recently started doing, and Romy was sort of the instigator with this, as well as when I had a mentor call with Callie Kenny recently, but I did a strength finder test. It's just a quiz that helps you to identify your core strengths, and then it gives you tips on how to maximize those strengths. And so for me, even though I already knew that those were my strengths, I felt like it was good to have them all sort of written down nice and neatly on the report that the system printed out. And it helped me to really kind of gain more clarity in terms of what I really, really want to do and where I should really focus my time. So the next thing is you really want to identify your leaders and do this together. So as you're building doTERRA, from the very first day that you enroll all the way up until you achieve the ranks up the ladder, it doesn't matter what rank you are. If you can identify the people that want to do this business with you and partner with you, then it's going to make the job a whole lot easier and happen a whole lot faster. So next is to talk to everyone. So one of the things that you can do is to check your lists, okay? So Facebook, phone contacts, email contacts. You can, you've heard probably of writing out your list of 100 people. I guarantee you that most of you have more than 100 friends on Facebook. Most of you probably have more than 100 phone contacts or email contacts. And so I would challenge you all to put those lists on a spreadsheet and take a minute and sort them out into categories. So what I have done is, it took me a little while to do this, but it was very well worth the time, because the beautiful thing, and if you've been on these Sizzles for long, then you may have caught Kenzie's Sizzle here. I guess it's probably been a few months ago, where she showed us how you can utilize Facebook to create lists, like sorting your friends. And so when you're posting on your page, you can target some of those lists so that only they are visible on your, or those people are the only ones seeing your message. So anyway, it makes it a whole lot easier once you can do it. And if you can keep up with it as you're going along, then it makes it a whole lot easier as well. But I would challenge you to sort your people on a spreadsheet and get them listed off. You know, the reality is not everybody's going to be interested in hearing what you have to say. However, we've got a lot of things that we can share about when we talk about doTERRA. There's not just the oils, there's not just the business. We now are really starting to get heavily involved in the humanitarian efforts with Healing Hands Foundation, and the Operation Underground Railroad is a huge opportunity to give back to the community. So chances are that if some of your contacts aren't interested in the oils, they could be interested in something else still involved. So the next is classes, talking and talking and talking as much as you can, okay? So obviously this is what is considered normal. Booking classes from classes is really great. But something that we don't hear an awful lot about is reaching out to people and asking for referrals. You can create your own homemade like referral programs where, you know, perhaps they get a kickback in free oils or even in cash if they refer people to you who actually become customers. You can obviously offer incentives, call in favors to your friends. Just put yourself out there. You know, find ways of asking your friends and people to help you out. Okay, so here's where things start to get really interesting and down into the nitty-gritty of things, okay? So you have to know where you are so that you can know where you need to go, okay? So this is how we're gonna create our map to success. So this is my diamond chart. Obviously, I'll be the top dude up here in the big circle, and then each one of my silvers is going to have their name written in this chart, and then each of their 3 elite legs will have their names written in too. So you need 4 personally enrolled silvers to qualify for the rank of diamond. So each silver leg requires 3 elite legs, and so how do we get there? Okay, so if we are starting from scratch, so say you have a brand newly enrolled individual who wants to reach the rank of silver, then we need to help them to achieve 3 elite legs. So what that stands for, what that translates to, is then we need to have 27 family essentials kits sold during a set period of time. So where I have 15 weeks to achieve diamond, I've got a little bit of time to make this happen. So it's either 27 family essentials kits or 13 family wellness kits or 7.5 natural solutions kits or 1.5 diamond kits, okay? Or you need 30 100 PV LRP orders. So chances are someone isn't going to go out there and just do one or the other of all of this. It's going to be a combination of all of these things, okay? That's why we said mix and match at the bottom. So chances are you're going to have, you know, a handful of different kits, and so your volume is going to be able to build depending on what you've got going on. The next thing is let's get more specific. So per elite leg, you need 27 family essentials kits, and then you need them to set up LRP. So LRP is going to be very, very important. So if you've already got an established team and a number of them are not yet on LRP, it would be very beneficial to reach out to that person if they are open to talking with you and encouraging them to get on LRP. Starting a new person on LRP is every bit as valuable as getting a new enrollment. So if I teach one class per week with 15 weeks to my deadline, then I'm going to need to invite 54 new people all together through that whole 15 weeks, okay? And why I figured 54 is about half of those people will enroll. Sometimes the closing rate is going to be a whole lot bigger than that, so it would require less. Sometimes it might be smaller. So it really just depends on the people that you're bringing into your groups. So if we break that down in one class per week, that's only 3 to 4 new people per week. So that's really not that big of a deal if you're looking at it in more of a bite-sized way. So not a big deal, okay? So if you are wanting to speed that up, then you just invite more people, teach more classes, or set up more one-on-ones. So if you're not necessarily someone who's interested in teaching classes, or you're afraid to get up in front of people, then do this your way. Do this where you're setting up, you know, individual meetings, where you're doing one-on-ones, you know, and make a goal of 54 people. If you end up with more than 27 enrollments and getting them all on LRP, then you can help your silver legs by placing people below them in order for them to get some of the volume that they need. All right, and so step 6 is to build a community. People love to be a part of something, okay? So if you have a Facebook group, if you have a local meetup group, I was just scrolling through my meetup app just yesterday, and I realized in there that there are, they have like suggestions, and so each of you could do this within your community. You can get the meetup app, it's free to get it. To have a meetup account, I believe, is about $15 a month. But what I discovered in my community is that there are 49 individuals who have gotten into Meetup and have indicated that they are interested in doing something related to health and wellness. And so it asked me, do you want to start a Meetup for this topic? So that's definitely something that's on my radar, because clearly there's an interest if 49 people have marked it as something that they would participate in if it was available. So feel free to reach out into different areas like that and see what you have available in your area. The other thing that we talked about, I was listening to Callie on the mastermind group today, and she was talking about starting like a bunco group. And if you're not sure what that is, it's a game that you can get together. She said that she had a group of about 11 women that would meet once a month, and everybody would trade to host in their homes each month. And so, it's just a matter of getting a group of people together where you can visit, you can kind of entertain, you can have good food. If you're doing the oil thing, you can do oil infused food. So, I mean, there's so many different opportunities there. You know, the reality is people just like to be a part of something. And so it's just no different than what Romy has created for us here with Rockstars, is we all like to be a part of it, right? And so if you choose to create your own and go do that, then feel free. But we obviously have this available to us already as well. And so it makes it nice. So which leads us to this slide, where it says to use available tools. So we already have a lot of amazing team pages available from our upline leaders. We've got our team Zooms. There's the corporate sites at doterra.com, and local events, you know, and feel free to reach out and connect and network with other doTERRA people in your area, even if they're not on your team. It's really, really important to develop those relationships, because after all, we are part of the doTERRA team. So, you know, my philosophy has always been that I will share with absolutely anybody and everybody. Anybody is welcome to any of my classes. And if someone is brand new, then I always ask them, you know, if they've been working with someone else, and if so, to go back to them to get their oils or enroll. So do that and just share with everybody. The last, or well, almost the last one, is just to learn from one another and have fun. Everybody likes to have fun. If we turn this into a job, no one is going to want to join us. If we act like we're stressed out all the time, nobody wants to have any part of that. People are already so stressed out. They're already so kind of lost in their negativity and the negativity that's surrounding them. So it's just important to be conscientious about keeping it light. And eliminating the stress that people kind of struggle with on a daily basis. So whether that's putting together fun classes or, you know, just fun little gatherings where you're able to just kind of unwind for a little while, then that can be really, really fun. So now get out there and rock it out. You guys know you can do this, and you're powerful and you're awesome, and everybody knows that they are going to be able to absolutely do amazing, amazing things. The most important thing that I want you to keep in mind is you never know who's watching. So if you have little ones, I've got 3 daughters here at home, and the biggest thing that comes to me, and one of my big whys, is that I want to show them just what it looks like to be a strong, independent female who can get out there and create a business for herself, doing exactly what she loves, and do it in a way where people want to hang and be with us and do what we're doing. So just get out there and have a great time, you guys. All right, so that is it. I will escape and stop sharing my screen. Does anybody have any questions?
Oh my gosh, Kresta, thank you. You rock. Oh, it's been a while since I've been to a class with you, and I miss you.
Okay, so who's going for Diamond by January? Every single one of you can do it now, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So I made limos. So you guys all know that I want a caravan of limos at convention for gala. So the people that have declared to me personally what their rank goal is, I have created a limo graphic for them with their name on it and their date of declaration. So if that's something that any of you are interested in, I'm more than happy to make that for you. But so that's just something that you can put on your vision board, on your wallpaper for your computer, however you want to do that. So that's just something fun if you're interested in something like that. Kresta, this was amazing. Awesome. 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 Incredible.
It's really, really not okay that I have to follow you next week.
You know what though, here's what's so cool though, is that I told Romy last week, so I was originally set to go first, and then there was a conflict in Joni's schedule and she needed to trade, and I says, well, I can trade with you because it's not a big deal. And then she went last week and I'm like, oh my goodness. Like this would have been so out of place happening last week. She totally had to go first. It was so, so good. So yours is going to be perfect next week too. I'm so excited.
It is. So that's one of the things with the Strength Finders, and it actually, with the Leader Circle, the leaders that I'm with in Leader Circle, Callie actually suggested for all of us to do the Strength Finder, and I had done it, I don't know, probably 4 years ago, something like that, but it brought it back to the surface. But what came about with that is that all of us together, as in that group of leaders, we all have different strengths, and it's the same way with all of you guys. And that's why this whole group as a whole is so powerful and strong, is because we can work on where we're weak, somebody else is strong. There we go. Something like that. So anyway, so what's going to be cool about this with all of the leaders that are doing this for the month of October and into November is that everybody has their little niche and their strengths. And so it's all going to be we're all just going to be able to meld that together, and it's going to be really powerful to be able to utilize it all together. So it's not just one single training. It really is going to be something that we're all going to be able to use continually together. Mm-hmm. So that's where I see that. So one of the things that I wanted to just bring up quick is the rank part. So some people get kind of blocked. They get kind of freaky about, I don't want to declare a goal. For whatever reason, some people are afraid to share their goals. So a lot of times it's just a fear of failure. And God forbid someone should hear that I've declared something and then I miss that or I fail. And so one of the things that Lisa Grossman shared with me when I missed my rank, when I declared my rank a while ago, she said, you didn't miss your goal, you just missed your time frame. And so that was really beneficial for me. And so whatever is holding, if there's anybody that has anything that is holding them back, I encourage you just to push through. Just push through. You don't have anything to lose by pushing through. And so rank is just that. It's just a rank. It doesn't make you who you are. However, when you make rank, you end up getting pool shares from the company. So that increases your paycheck. And so it is a matter of, like I said before, if we don't have money, we're missing out on being able to help people, our family, our friends, whatever agency or organization that you want to be able to help. We need money to be able to do that. And so when I declared what our rank goal was with our qualifying leaders, that helped them, it helped to create momentum. So what it is doing is it's not that we are declaring Presidential Diamond and we're going to be Presidential Diamond and whatever happens, happens. The idea is that when we declare Presidential Diamond, that means that we get to help our qualifying leaders become Diamond. Mind you, Platinum is what qualifies for Presidential Diamond, but I don't think about that because I want everybody to be Diamond. But what that also does is that that filters down to everybody on their team. And so it really is, it's that total ripple effect. So it's a matter of, it's like Burke and Natalie have that all tides, what is that? The boat thing. Who knows what that is? The boats, all tides.
Rising tides?
Yeah.
A rising tide floats every boat.
There you go. Thank you. So that's what it is. So we all come together, and it isn't, the goal is to have everybody rise with us. It's not a matter of rising to the top alone, because honestly, and I think I shared this before, my very first gala that I went to, I watched people walk Diamond, and I was petrified that when I walked Diamond, I was going to walk with nobody there. And so that's that. And I've watched Diamonds walk, and their team wasn't there. It's sad. It's not, that's not the way that it's supposed to be. We are all supposed to be together and cheer each other on and celebrate each other and celebrate life, because that's the way that it's supposed to be. So we're in this together. So Diamond is a good goal. Think of what you can do with the paycheck that comes with the rank of Diamond. Don't think about it, the rank part. Just think about what the possibilities are with the income that you will create with the rank of Diamond, because it will be awesome. And we can have a caravan of limos, because it will be cool.
Carol has a question in the chat that I will answer, if that's okay.
Yes.
She wanted to know where I found the chart to Diamond. So I actually have that, and I can upload it to Rockstars if anybody wants that. It's outdated. The one that I have is very outdated. It came from Share Success back when it was Doe Pro or whatever it used to be. But anyway, she also asks when it showed the volume needed and the mix of the kits. I actually just did the math on that. So you guys, basically what that is I took 3,000 that's needed for Elite, and I just divided it by 110, which is the OV that you get in the Family Wellness Kit or the Family Essentials Kit. So then that's what gave me 27. And so same goes for the OV that came, or the PV, I guess, that's in the other subsequent kits. So you can easily just, figure out the math in terms of that. So, say you have a class where, 10 people show up and 8 of them enroll, but, 2 of them get Family Essentials kits and 1 of them gets a Home Essentials kit. And then all the rest of them really, really want the Natural Solutions kit. That's going to kind of jumble your math a little bit. So you get all that volume in there, and then you see where you're at and how far away you are. And this is where Romy's, her tracker chart really, really comes in handy, because then you can kind of do the math. You can enter in, whatever new volume that you've created. And so day by day or even week by week, as you're going through, you can see where you're at. You can even go so far as to get into your detailed genealogy in your back office and kind of count out, at the beginning of the month, where people's LRPs are, because there's going to be a column in there where it'll say what the upcoming LRP is going to be. And so you can kind of figure the math at that point as well. So anyway, of course, you've run into the fact that they'll probably edit their orders, but it gives you a little bit of a ballpark at least. So Romy, you've got the tracker chart in Rockstars, right?
It is in Rockstars. That's what I was just thinking. Maybe we could do some resources to go along with your recording. So we could share the links to both of your trainings, Kenzie, that you talked about for the social media. If any of you are interested in utilizing social media more, those trainings are really powerful for the nuts and bolts of using social media. If you're interested in really hitting it hard and you want to do the classes and all of that, the Zoom, the Sizzle that Bailey did, it was 2 weeks ago, that would be really powerful for classes. We'll throw together some resources with the tracking sheets and all of that for you guys to be able to utilize as you get going. Did you get all that, Kenzie? Because I can't find my tablet.
Yeah, I got it.
I knew you would.
Or I'll listen to the recording and make sure I got it.
Thanks. You're awesome.
I want to thank you all for joining us tonight. I got 64, Romy. My goal
It was up to 67.
My goal was to beat Joni. She has 61.
Hey, Kresta, it was up to 67, so obviously you pissed 3 people off.
Oh, geez.
We have East Coast people.
Poor connection.
If you're an East Coaster and you're on here, thank you
Yes.
so much. I appreciate you losing out on sleep to be here. It really makes me happy to see that there are sacrifices being made. So I appreciate you all.
Yes.
So when we do the Leaders Mastermind on Tuesday mornings, the Leader Circle Mastermind, you all get to sleep in and have the 10 o'clock. I have to be there at 6 a.m. There's sleep on both ends. It's kind of fun, though. It makes my day go really good. I get a lot done.
Yeah.
Are you doing the giveaway, Kenzie?
Yeah, and we have some new additions. Are you ready? Mark asked for some specific things tonight. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I didn't know about this.
Here's the first
Wait a
one.
minute.
And the winner tonight is Davis Hill.
Applause, applause.
You'll message me your address and I will send you the black pepper.
Congratulations. Way to go.
Can we have an applause for Kresta too?
Oh yeah, you ready for this? Let's find
Yeah.
it.
Yay!
You're a nerd.
That is awesome.
Okay. So if you have questions, obviously you know that we are available. Reach out and ask, please. Post them in Rockstars so we can, actually, if you could post them in Rockstars or in the event, that would be even better because that way other people can benefit from the question and the answer. So that would be good. And we want to thank you guys for coming too. We honor you. We thank you. We appreciate you taking the time to be with us because there are all different hours. Everybody has very tight schedules, busy, busy, busy. And so we know that you could be doing other things. And we appreciate you taking the time to be with us.
So we have 3 more weeks with our leaders presenting. So if you guys will start thinking about what you want after that's over, so we can start lining up people for after that. So let us know what you want to hear, what you want to learn about, anything. Just let us know so that when Karina and Carol and Lateran are done, then we can start lining up stuff for after that.
Carol's freaking out.
Yeah, that would be the cold quill there.
Just so you know, we all have levels of discomfort. I started at a level of discomfort that was beyond uncomfortable. I completely stepped out of my comfort zone. So, Carol, you're gonna rock.
Oh God, my heart just races. My name's dead. Oh.
I'm going to make a request then, you guys. Okay, if I had 67 on here, I want to see 100 on here for Carol.
Yeah.
Come on, you guys. Bring your people.
So, Karina, you are next week, right? So what are you doing?
What's your topic?
I'm like, I had a total mind blank. I'm sorry. Stop playing small. Dream big and stop playing small.
So if we can get 100 people on the Sizzle next week, we'll give away 2 oils to 2 different people. So let's do it.
That means we get to clap twice.
Yeah. And then we'll go to 150 for Carol. All right.
And Lateran.
Yeah.
Lateran, so yeah.
Oh, that makes it so it's 200 for you, Carol, because Laterran and Kevin are after Karina. Woohoo, you guys can do it.
So that was awesome that Laterran is the rock star of the week. Woo!
Oh,
Yeah.
yay.
Yeah, she's
I
so
haven't got many nominations, so you guys share your nominations. Let's highlight your people, because that will be cool. Alrighty.
Laterran is cross-line mentoring for me. Oh my gosh, love, love, love. So cross-line is amazing, you guys.
Yes, those relationships are pretty incredible. Very powerful. It will lift you quickly. I highly encourage you to do it. All right, love you guys. Thanks for showing up.
Thanks, everybody. See you next week. Have a great week.
See ya.